It's Luke and Naomi.
Welcome to episode 56, Luke and Naomi on air, featuring Naomi's Under a Rock reviews.
That's right.
I don't have a record scratch because we're going to flip that up tonight.
We are.
I don't know who's more excited, Naomi or myself.
I was pretty excited about this.
So what we've done is flip the script. We've finally done a movie that I have never seen, that Naomi has a bunch of times, that everybody knows.
Yes.
And that's the whole point. So it's my Under a Rock review.
Yeah, which I now know how you feel when you're watching me watch these movies for the first time. Because there are so many times where I was just like smacking him on the leg, like, did you see that? Did you see that? Or just like start like squeezing a little bit.
She's trying to ask me questions, and it's like, no. You have to wait till tomorrow, just like I do every other time.
Which is not fair at all.
I do my best. So my Under a Rock review of Speed coming up in just a few.
That's right. Speed is the movie that Luke has never seen.
Absolutely.
Which is absolutely ridiculous. Can we just talk about that? Because you are a movie buff. You've seen every single movie. You know every single actor and actress and director and all these people, but you never freaking seen Speed.
Slight exaggeration. But yeah, never seen. It's just, when it came out, I feel like it was surrounded by a bunch of other movies that I went to instead of, and then the years just went on, and I never saw it. And before we started watching it last night, I knew, other people know about my aversion to Speed, I suppose.
Yeah.
I was texting my buddy Kyle and was telling him that I'm finally watching Speed. He was like, honestly, I'm pissed that you've never seen this movie.
Yeah.
He's like, it's a good movie. So we'll find out if I liked it coming up at the end of the review. But the flipped script.
That's right.
Luke Austin's Under a Rock review.
I'm excited. I'm so excited.
In a little bit. Happy episode 56. It's also an anniversary.
It is?
It is the anniversary of episode 14.
Okay.
The Facebook memories come up all the time. 1 year ago, August 15th, 2022, we were recording an episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we posted episode 14. What were your public etiquette pet peeves?
Oh.
And the cover photo is what we're looking at, a photo of us at the beach.
Yep.
And it's where those people just come and set right up on top of the other people. I'm looking at this lady right now, remembering the soccer ball.
Yes, I do remember that. And you can probably go to episode 14 and hear us complain about it.
That's right.
So much.
So over a year we've been doing this, which is just fantastic. So happy episode 56. Happy anniversary of episode 14.
Woo! Yeah.
As if I don't get confused easily enough as it is. I had to throw that up there.
Throw some more numbers all around. Absolutely.
That's right. And also another thing to celebrate, we have successfully launched our brand new feature, Sips and Snacks. Naomi, the brainchild of Naomi and our friend Ashley Rogers at Fermental.
That's right.
In the Cargo District in Wilmington.
I have to give him credit for it because this was definitely his idea.
He's just fantastic. He hosts their wine tasting night at Fermental.
Yeah.
If you're in the Wilmington area, check out Fermental all the time. But on Wednesdays they do wine tastings and
it's a
stuff
free
like that.
wine
Really cool.
tasting, and it's not only here, sip some wine. It's get some information behind it. Know what this wine is gonna go with.
And we ended up crashing those a few times and talking with him, and this whole thing was born of a couple of conversations on a Wine Wednesday down at Fermental. So the Sips and Snacks has just been awesome. We've got one up on the Facebook and YouTube page too.
Yes.
And we've got one coming up
a week from Friday.
We're going to go every other week.
Yep.
So that we can give our palates some time to be cleansed in between.
That's right. And going out drinking every Wednesday, it's going to add up real quickly.
That's right. And, so speaking of that, perfect way to segue into the YouTube page. I have caught back up on that.
No way.
We are all the episodes except for this one is not. This is the only episode not on YouTube. And as you're listening to it, actually, it probably is.
Wow.
So
I'm impressed.
I mean, it only took 3 months.
Yeah. Well, it could be worse.
Maybe even longer. I was trying to figure out when I stopped, and there's huge gaps in when I posted the videos. But all of our episodes are up, and YouTube now has a podcast section.
Yeah.
So go check it out and subscribe. And the whole money part that I was going for there.
Oh.
If we need a couple hundred more subscribers.
Oh, wow.
And we could actually start getting paid for this.
No way.
I mean, we're not going to be full-time job paid for it, but if we
make
get
a couple pennies here and there.
A couple. I mean, so go subscribe. It's at Luke and Naomi on air on YouTube, just like everywhere else.
Yeah.
Go find that and hit that subscribe button. It's huge. On YouTube, it's easy to find.
Yeah.
So hit that and then tell everybody. Log into everybody else's YouTube account. If you're somewhere that's random, go to YouTube, hit subscribe.
I'm going to just spam this to everybody I work with.
Absolutely.
And be like, I don't care if you don't listen, just subscribe.
We need a couple hundred more subscribers, and we'll hit the threshold. We've got the listening hours, I believe, down.
That's cool.
So yeah,
it's all those long shows.
that's right.
Yeah.
We could use more listening hours. Let's so go back and listen to all the shows too.
Yeah.
How about that? But yeah, so and then as you subscribe, you'll also get the notifications. You can turn those on when we post a new episode of the podcast and when we post a new episode of Sips and Snacks.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so a long way back around to Sips and Snacks. But what do we have coming for the next time? We just did Doritos.
Yes.
And that was fantastic. The pairing is he's so great.
Yeah.
And
but the video that's up is the Cheetos.
that's right. Thank you. We just did Cheetos. And the next week, we've got the Doritos.
Yes.
But it's the blue Doritos.
It's blue Doritos, which apparently, again, living under a rock, I didn't realize that there's such a big thing between whether it's nacho cheese Doritos or the Cool Ranch Doritos.
This is an opinion that I believe everybody has. Maybe we should make that next week's question.
I don't care what you make
Is
the
there a
question.
debate?
I didn't realize that this was such a big deal. I showed up with the Cool Ranch Doritos because they're better, you know? Everything's nacho cheese flavor. This is Cool Ranch. That's a different kind
and
of flavor.
Naomi and her ranch as well.
Yes, absolutely. I do not need to explain why Cool Ranch is better. But when we brought them up, it was just kind of like, oh, wait, no, you didn't bring the nacho cheese Doritos? Wait a minute.
I said something to Naomi along the lines of, yeah, I'm sure, people will have something to say about us not doing the nacho cheese, but we just did a cheese snack the week before. And then the whole thing was, oh, these are better.
Yeah.
It was.
And the look on your face was
like,
as if I said something I shouldn't have.
If you say that in the wrong place, you get jumped.
Oh, gosh, no.
I'm telling you.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
People will die on that nacho cheesy hill.
I'm going to die on the Cool Ranch hill.
Me too. I'm Cool Ranch all day. I mean,
It's got more flavor. And
Team
again,
Cool
you've
Ranch.
got so many things that are like nacho cheese flavor. Get out of here with that.
Honestly, we haven't bought the base flavors in forever. We get the purple one.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called, but it's
like
purple.
sweet chili or spicy chili or something. I don't know.
Hella good,
Doesn't
though.
matter. Yeah.
Anyway, so
Anyway. Wait, what were we talking about?
there is a huge thing about Doritos being, there is a division between red
Yeah.
and blue. It's a fight.
Yeah.
And so we're doing the blue Doritos next episode.
Of Sips and Snacks.
Sips and Snacks.
Which is not in a couple days. It's a week in a couple days.
I don't know where the calendar is. Let me see if I can find the calendar on this computer without being absolutely
Wait, hang on.
clunky.
It's going to be the 28th.
25th.
Dang. I was
20
close. I was close for not having a calendar in front of me and just guessing a day.
Friday the
I'll take
25th,
it.
we'll have an episode, and then September
So
8th.
technically, it would be up on the 28th. Just up a couple
Yeah,
days
there you
before
go.
that.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I always find a workaround.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Anyways, Sips and Snacks is up now, our first episode, and that is Cheetos. And you can see what beer and wine pair perfectly with Cheetos. And when we say pair perfectly, like legit,
It's
pairs perfect.
I've never really done the wine pairings and stuff like that, so
Yeah.
I don't know what that's like with a fancy dinner
Meal,
and junk like.
yeah.
But this was legit.
It was.
And we had other beers on hand. Of course, if you see the Sips and Snack video, we're at Fermental. There's a ton of options. So we had
Yeah.
a different beer that we started with and had put that to the side for the tasting. And, we actually tried the other beer with the Cheetos, and it was just
disgusting.
not happening.
It was disgusting.
And so Brando actually messaged me and said he went out and got the beer in the video.
Oh,
You got to find out what the
awesome.
pair. You got to watch the video to find what the pairing is.
Yeah.
But
But
he
Brando went
said
out and got
he
it.
loved it.
It was so good. Again, this is what we what we mean when we're always talking about Ashley at Fermental being such a guru with this kind of stuff, because he knows what flavors go well together. And again, the Cool Ranch Doritos one is going to blow your mind because it is some weird stuff, but
Yeah.
it's so good.
Yeah.
So you definitely got to keep up with those Sips and Snacks videos because they're awesome. And it's stuff that you can get. You can buy the snack and you don't have to buy a specific brand of beer or wine. You just need to get the right type.
Yeah, he'll give you the style of beer. You know,
Yes.
We're here in Wilmington, North Carolina. Brando's out in Roswell, New Mexico, and was able to find the style of beer that Ashley recommended for the video. And the same thing goes with the wine. He'll give you the style. You know, maybe sometimes it'll be a certain kind of grape that'll work better. Yeah. But it'll be something that no matter where you are, you'll be able to experience this. And like Naomi said, you know, you won't have to go buy a fancy dinner either.
Right, exactly. So go check it out. Again, those are up on YouTube.
Heck yeah, Sips and Snacks. Can you tell we're excited about this?
I'm excited about it.
Very much.
I'm ready for the next one.
And please with the subscriptions on the YouTube. I know, you know, that's a staple of podcasts and stuff like that, but absolutely could definitely use that support.
Yeah.
So then after aside from that, we was there something else you wanted to throw in there?
No.
Okay, cool.
Did it sound like it?
A little bit.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were coming with more YouTube stuff, which I'm all excited that I caught up on the video. So I'm here to talk about that for a long time.
That is an accomplishment. You should feel very proud about that because we were stuck on episode like 30 forever.
Something like that. I had to
27?
put up, in the teens to 20 of videos. So that took a minute, but I got it done.
Couple minutes, yeah.
All right. This weekend, not only did we watch our Under a Rock video, we watched the Super Mario Brothers movie.
That was cute.
Which hit Peacock. It is adorable.
It's cute.
It's hilarious. I laughed. I mean...
You laughed a couple of times way too hard.
It was awesome. Just the callbacks to the game, all the games, all the games. The Mario Kart stuff was just fantastic. And so if you're looking for something super fun to watch, check out the Super Mario Brothers movie. It's really, really good.
Yeah, it's good.
It is. I like that a lot. That was fantastic. AI is coming for your password.
Not surprised.
We haven't scared the hell out of Naomi with
AI stuff in a while.
AI in a while.
Oh, okay.
A team at Cornell University found out that it's possible for AI to listen to how you type on the keyboard and read your password.
I can see that.
And so, hackers are going to get this soon. Be coming for your password, so we got to get away from actual passwords and typing on computers to get things unlocked.
Well, it doesn't matter because whatever you do, they're just going to find a way around it anyways.
Yep.
They're smarter than us. Plain and simple.
Once again, we just, we haven't talked AI to scare Naomi in a minute.
I'm not here to talk AI. I'm really not. I'm just, again, we joke about me living under a rock because of the movies and all that, but I really do. I want to stay under my rock. It's safe here. It's my safe space.
Not be terrified by technology and,
It's terrifying. It really is. The
is.
wave of the future, I feel like I'm 90 years old. I am just so scared of everything. I'm angry about it when I can't figure out technology. What do you mean I got to put in this passcode and you got to send me this other
two-factor
code?
authentication.
Yeah, get out of here with that crap. No way. I don't want any of this. Can I just write a letter, send it in the mail?
You still can. Good luck if it gets there or not, though.
Yeah.
Mostly because of robots.
It's their fault. They're sorting it wrong.
That's right.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Under a Rock and movies, and one movie Naomi knows the hell out of is The Blind Side.
Yeah.
And, I know we talked a little bit about this off mic.
Yep.
But The Blind Side has come crumbling down. The Blind Side has been blindsided.
It really has. Yeah.
If you don't know the movie, Michael Orr was an NFL player who was an orphan and was adopted by a couple, and they made a whole movie out of it. And the movie's awesome. Sandra Bullock's great. Tim McGraw's great. The kid who played Michael was great.
Yeah.
Michael, in the years past, he played for the Ravens, Panthers too, I believe. He may have played for another team in there, but in the past he said, I don't really like the movie because it makes me look stupid. And, he would get razzed by his teammates and stuff like that in the pros and whatnot. But it has come out recently. He's actually suing his adoptive parents because he
Okay.
found out he ain't adopted.
Oh.
They had a Britney Spears on him, a conservatorship
Wow.
that he alleges that they, tricked him, duped him into signing, and have controlled his name, image, and likeness.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal in the last few years and all
Oh,
that.
of course.
And he never got any proceeds from the movie or anything like that. Well, they did. Like he alleges that
They
the
made
kids.
bank.
Yeah, the kids did. The mom and dad did. Sean and Leanne Toohey.
Wow.
Yeah, so pretty
Man,
crazy.
I feel so bad for like Sandra Bullock now because I would feel terrible for that movie.
I know it, right?
Yeah.
She killed it in that movie too.
I know, and I like the movie. The movie is so cute, It is one of my favorite movies. I love it. I love the story behind it. Just to find out that it's all a lie. Like, that's terrible.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna. I'll still watch it, and I'll just be
yeah,
like,
I
"This
still
is
will.
not a true story." That's all.
Yeah.
How cute would it be if this was real?
Still, but you know the twist.
Yeah.
Somebody got rich off of this, and the
So-
person that this is about, wasn't portrayed correctly and got nothing. Nothing.
Crazy,
Yeah.
right? So of course,
That's painful.
they're denying that the family made any money off the movie, or
I
that
mean,
they.
that's got to be something easy to prove, right?
I imagine. He says the father, Sean Toohey, is denying that the family made any money or
Oh,
that
come
they
on,
ever
Tim McGraw.
tried to exploit Michael. He says they remained close until about a year and a half ago. So
What happened?
yikes.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff there.
Yeah.
Just a bummer for our, one of the movies that I know we both like. What a movie that let's just put it there.
That's right.
A movie that Naomi knows, and it's because of Sandra Bullock.
Well, yeah.
Which is
I know,
also-
like, every movie she's been
Also
in.
the reason that Naomi knew Speed.
It's got to be, yeah, absolutely.
Which is just awesome. I'm looking forward to getting to that. So let's move on to random facts. Your weekly dose of Did You Know? These ones are okay.
Okay, I trust you.
Get excited. They're just okay.
Perfect.
Did you know Jacksonville, Florida is the largest city by area in the U.S., in the continental U.S.?
Okay,
It's
no.
875 square miles and named after Andrew Jackson, who never visited Jacksonville.
Perfect.
I guess he was Florida's first territorial governor, though.
Okay.
Speaking of presidents, was Andrew Jackson a president?
No, yes?
Yes, no? I don't know. I'm going to delete that part.
Yeah, get rid
did
of
you
all
know-
of that.
Did you know George Washington went shopping early on the 4th of July, 1776, before the Declaration of Independence was signed?
Did he buy fireworks?
His expense report from the day includes veal, beets, potatoes, and a broom.
Important items.
Important items. Did you know John Mayer has a song called Love is a Verb, where he uses the word love 17 times, all as a noun?
Okay.
I love that.
Makes sense. It's kind of like that, what is it, ironic, and how many things aren't really ironic in that song.
Taylor Swift's got a song like that right now. I forget what it's called. Karma, maybe?
Okay.
And it's just absolutely nonsense. Good
Now
for
I
her with
want
the
to
tour,
know.
though.
Well, look that up.
Did you know of the top 15 highest grossing movies in the United States history, Titanic is the only one that isn't part of a franchise?
Interesting.
Yeah, the other 14 have a sequel out, have a sequel coming soon, or were a sequel themselves.
I don't think we need a Titanic 2. Pre-Titanic.
Zombie Jack.
Ugh, no thanks.
Finally, did you know CDs hold 74? Do you know why CDs hold 74 minutes of music?
No, I don't know why.
Because when Sony and Philips were creating CDs, they wanted to make sure one disc could hold the entire Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, which is right around 74 minutes long.
That was the deciding factor.
That's why we have things we have, because somebody just made shit up.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's your weekly dose of Did You Know? Some random facts to get you to next podcast.
I thought you said those were okay.
They were okay.
Those were below average.
Below average?
Yeah.
All right, we can start grading the Did You Knows now.
I think so. Why not?
All right.
Okay.
The face she made when she said that was very mischievous, I would say.
Yeah.
Something like that. Anyway, Question from last week. Zuckerberg surprised his wife by building an octagon in the yard. The text message exchange was up on the internet. Everybody heard it. The final word from her was just Mark.
Yeah. He was in trouble.
I have not seen updates on whether he took the octagon down or not, but who knows? So that was the question for this week. What's the biggest or craziest thing you surprised your significant other with? Ralph went positive on this one, which is cool. He says 3 years ago, I told her we were going to Hawaii for our anniversary.
Oh, that's cool.
It is.
That's a fun surprise.
Yeah, can you imagine? I'd love to come home and you tell me we're going to Hawaii.
Yeah, because that's how that would work.
You want to work on that?
Maybe. Try to find a good trip for us to go.
Ralph says he took her to a luau and they danced under the stars while the chief blessed them.
Aww.
And they got to swim with the turtles too.
That's a really cute one. And Ralph, I'm sorry, but I was not expecting that from you.
I know.
I would have expected a answer some other way.
I liked his answer from last week. Effing menudo, man.
Yeah.
It's just the way he said it. Like he couldn't even control it.
Yeah.
Brando says, I'm no Zuckerberg and can't afford to buy crazy things like an octagon. He says, however, work in commercial construction, they have their demolition days. So you can imagine the crap he just brings home all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He says, cabinets in good condition, doors and such. Sometimes he just takes these things and brings them home because he has like somewhere where he's picturing putting them.
Yeah, makes sense.
Right? He says most of the time it ends in more work for him because he takes it home. His wife sees it. Then he tells her she's got a plan. She makes him then paint it or change the whole rest of the room.
Right.
And it just snowballs
you gotta
from there.
make it fit.
So,
Absolutely.
That's a pretty good one. This is a little bit of a tough one. So that's about all we got for this one for this week. But
yeah.
I
don't think there's anything that I've ever really surprised you with.
Not yet.
No, well, I'll work on the trip. You give me a couple years. I'll figure that one out. It ain't going to be a trip to Hawaii. I can tell you that right now. But
I don't think
something.
Between the two of us.
No, there isn't.
Not yet.
I mean, the big surprise was that one day, and it wasn't you getting me anything. It was you doing something. It wasn't like the dishes or anything
Lifting
like
a
that.
finger.
No, when you shaved your mustache and beard.
That is a good one.
Because it was for Halloween, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. And so, like, I had gotten out of work and Luke was standing with his back to me and he's like, "Are you ready?" And I'm like, "Okay." And he's like, I shaved my mustache and beard. Are you ready? And I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah, because it's not going to be that different." Oh my gosh, is it different? Luke is not even the same person. He doesn't even have the same personality if he doesn't have facial hair.
It's because I hate it.
Oh, man. Oh,
so that was the
gosh.
last time I shaved my beard.
Yeah. And it's
multiple stories in one.
And I'm sorry. Like, it's not like you were ugly or anything like that. That's not for the reaction of, oh my gosh. You know, it's just, you looked like your dad so much.
Sorry, Pop.
You look just like him. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. But you're my husband, not my husband's dad.
There you go.
Yeah. So that was a big shocker. Big surprise. But again, you didn't have to buy anything or anything like that.
That's a good
answer,
answer,
too. You surprised the heck out of me.
That is a great answer because that's a good surprise. I would react the same way if, you chopped all your hair off or something like that.
Yeah. All of a sudden I got like a spiky do or, just bald completely. Hey.
But we are just absolutely so always together that there's no opportunity to
do surprises
really
and
surprise
stuff.
each other
Yeah.
like crazy like that. And
it's Christmas is hard enough. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's right.
It's like we have to announce coming home. Like, hey, I got a bunch of stuff. Go to the bedroom or something so I can hide this somewhere.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I like surprises, so I'll go
Yeah.
run off.
But that's about as far as our surprises go. I'm okay with that.
But cool.
Yeah.
Good answers, both of you.
Yes.
Now, for next week, this one is just stupid and, all the alien UFO stuff going on.
Oh my gosh, I love all the talk about this stuff.
It's so much fun.
And how much everybody's like, yeah, we don't care.
Yeah, I know it. Everybody's like, this is done. We did this 2 years ago. We know.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
know. We know. You're fine.
It's cool.
Name one figure from history most likely to have secretly been an alien.
Oh man, there's got to be a bunch.
And Elvis is already taken because Men in Black did that years ago.
Okay, so no Elvis. What about Albert Einstein?
Albert Einstein.
I mean, he looked crazy and he was smart, and smart people usually get made fun of and seem weird and different.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I'm going to go with Albert Einstein.
Albert Einstein. That's a good one.
Secretly an alien.
I like that.
Yeah.
I would go with probably a couple of different pro athletes throughout the years. Babe Ruth would be one.
That's a good way to go. All right.
You know, just kind of freak athletes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Babe Ruth would be a big one. I think I would go with. There's a couple of more. I'm gonna think on this a little bit more for next week too. So name one figure from history most likely to have secretly been an alien.
Okay.
Jimi Hendrix is another one.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, and he didn't die; he just went home.
That's right. See ya. Tried to spread some love here, but you guys are crazy.
So-
I'm out.
So that'll be fun for next week. Just
Yeah.
a goofy one, to get away from stuff. We don't have to, think too hard on that one or whatever. We'll have some fun
I
with
mean,
it.
you can think hard on it if you want to, but that would be a waste of thinking, I think.
Absolutely. Just first thing that comes to your mind. Who's
That's
a
right.
crazy, historical figure that George Washington. Why? Because he's the first guy I thought of. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
I gave you an answer.
There you go. Get off my back, myself.
Abe Lincoln.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but that just... Oh, you know what it made me think of is the Planet of the Apes, where Mark Wahlberg came back to Earth, and the Lincoln statue was an ape.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that, so that made me think of Alien, but...
Okay.
Anyway, I don't know how to transition to this,
Okay.
so let's just hit the button.
Okay. That works.
Because normally I'm like, all right, now it's time for Naomi's...
Oh, do you want me to do this?
I guess.
All right. Now it's time for our flipped script of Luke's Under a Rock review.
Do I do the sound again?
Sure.
Okay.
Is that good?
all right,
Do I
yeah.
have to reintroduce it after that? I don't think so. I think we're good to go. All right. So Luke Austin finally sat down and watched Speed from like 94, right?
I think...
94?
Good enough.
Early 90s to mid 90s. Speed with Sandra Bullock, Keanu Reeves. Who else was
Dennis Hopper.
and
Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Daniels, yeah. I forgot he was in here in that movie.
I forgot I got notes, so I got to pull these up.
Yeah, you actually Luke had to take the notes this time, so he's going to lead us.
So when's the last time you watched Speed, you think?
Oh, it's been since before we were together, so it's been a long time.
All right.
But I had watched it many times before, so it was fun to rewatch it and go, oh yeah, oh I forgot about this, So that was cool. All right, Luke, take it away.
Here we go.
All right.
This is just absolutely... it feels absolutely odd to me to be doing this, but I'm very excited also.
Okay.
I'm a little freaked
Why?
because...
Now we test your note-taking skills.
Yeah,
All right.
and I think I went opposite of you. I know you'll write down, paragraphs, a few sentences here and there. I went with bullet points.
Okay.
So I'm really hoping my memory holds for all of this.
We'll see.
We start off with the most incredibly tall or deep place in the world. Turns out to be a building that they're descending all the way down. But is this place just super deep? They do this just so we can see all the credits. Let's get the credits out of the way with the freaking elevators.
Yeah. I did get bored watching the credits as well and was going, they really did not have to include the costume designer in this part of the movie. We can wait till the end for them.
What
Sorry.
costumes? I mean, good on you, costume designer, but
Yeah.
I don't remember your
The
name.
girl that lost her shoe, maybe. Maybe they set that up.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
So, we get to the bottom of the elevator. We see, what's his face, monkeying around a little bit, setting everything up.
Yeah.
Dennis Hopper.
Yeah.
I do not know his character's name.
We didn't learn that until the end.
Yes, okay. So I tried to make sure I was paying attention to the characters' names, and you don't learn most of them for a while.
But you also understand how difficult that is when you're taking the notes and you're trying to be like, and then the guy that's like this,
And when I'm watching
the main
a movie
guy.
with you on the other, when it's the other way, I'm like, are you kidding me? It's Alfred. Batman. No, I'm kidding. See, she knows those. But, we'll be
Yeah.
in a movie that I've seen 1,000 times. How do you not know their names?
Because it hasn't actually come up in the movie yet.
So there you go. Some comeuppance there.
Yeah.
So Dennis Hopper's
Ooh,
monkeying around
karma!
in the elevators. He's setting up his trap, getting ready to take all the hostages and such. Dude's checking stuff. Or did the elevator break?
No, the elevator didn't break. checking stuff.
Yeah, and he finds the bag, and he finds Hopper. There's a face stab right off the bat.
Oh, that, yes. No, there was somebody, he noticed somebody messing around. He's just looking.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, the elevator hadn't broke or anything like that. It was like a security guard looking around.
He was doing his rounds. He discovers the bag, and Hopper's right there, and sneaks up on him. And
Man, I was already in the elevator. Yeah, I know. I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
And then you get the screwdriver right in the side of the head.
Oh, yeah, that was so gross.
Damn, man. Okay, I was like, all right, that's what kind of movie it is. It's the 90s. Sounds good. Let's do it.
Yeah.
The elevator then, after that, it drops. Everything's set into motion.
Yeah.
Now the cops got to come and rescue people, because I don't know why you would call the cops, but...
Well, because it was there was a bomb.
There was,
there was a bomb with this situation, so that's why the cops came, and that's why somebody mentions that in the elevator. They're like, why did they call the cops?
And then they freaked out about it.
Yes.
So the way that Keanu Reeves and Jeff Daniels arrive on the scene, their car just comes flying in the scene, literally in the air.
Yes.
And lands like that. This is the kind of, all right, I'm here for this already. I'm like, okay, I am amped.
Yeah.
I was hooked as soon as that car come flying in right away.
It was a little over the top,
And so I was like, okay, are we going to get right to this? What? Like, I kind of thought at that point, maybe we're going to get on this bus in the next 10 minutes.
That's right.
But I was wrong.
No,
there.
you got to build up to it.
But, whatever. The other thing I had to write down is watching Jeff Daniels, whose name in this movie is Harry, and he's also Harry in Dumb and Dumber, which of course I know way better. This was tough when they're storming the building in their tactical gear, acting all SWAT teamy. It's just,
You couldn't see him as a serious role in this movie.
And well, the thing is, I've known him as Harry in Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
And then he switched back to doing dramatic roles in the last few years. Anyway, it was just weird. Okay. I just wrote down that it was weird. Okay. So I really thought the crane would hold. They go in and discover the bomb there and all that, and then they go up and find the crane on the roof and run it back down to the elevator to try to try to save the day.
Yes, they want to keep that elevator from dropping.
Shoot the
hostage.
Basically, that's their whole. They were talking about the whole scenario where shoot the hostage, so they have to drop them. They can't carry them, and whatever. So that's their form of doing that.
Yeah.
So they do that. I really thought the crane was going to hold, and it would have just been like, okay, and then we'll go after Dennis Hopper and try to catch him. But no, man, that whole dramatic, it's just that thing tore apart like butter. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So that was.
It is a good scene.
That was pretty cool. Tense and all, and so I wrote down as they're taking the people off of that elevator as this thing is falling piece by piece.
Yeah.
I'm like, if one of these.
So it's slowly dropping through more things. This crane, first of all, it's like the metal is starting to bend because the elevator is too heavy. So, and then it ends up coming off of the steel bolt and smacking into another piece of metal. So the elevator drops a little bit.
It goes from outside to in the elevator shaft and just catches different stuff all the way down and keeps holding a little bit.
And then dropping a little bit. Yes.
And so I wrote down as they're getting the people off of the elevator at the opportunity, I'm like, if one of these people gets cut in half, I'm never getting on an elevator again.
I think this is where the fear of people getting cut in half in elevators came from. Because I was legit scared. I was like, have I blocked something out of my memory? Does that actually happen here?
I was nervous.
Me too. And I was like, I know this movie. That doesn't happen. I'm like, what if I just blocked it out, though? What if it does?
Well, a guy just got stabbed in the face with a screwdriver.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't,
it could happen.
I was worried.
Yeah, absolutely.
It did not happen, thankfully. I was happy. They get other people out, and as they, in dramatic fashion, as they get the last person out, the elevator comes crashing down. Mm-hmm. And as everybody's running away, this lady turns around and goes, "My shoe!"
It's just so stupid.
It's just probably the dumbest part of the whole movie.
Yeah.
My shoe.
My shoe.
What?
Don't worry about it, lady. It's gone.
Then we get Keanu catches up with Dennis Hopper.
Yes.
Shortly thereafter, and we get the famous line, "Pop quiz, hotshot."
Yeah.
Now I know that line from Bart Simpson.
Okay.
From Bart Simpson. So
not surprised that it'd be a Simpsons thing.
When I heard that, I was like, oh, it's
nice?
One of those, right?
Yes. It's so nice when you watch these movies and you go, oh, that's what that's from.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm like, no kidding. So that was
Yes.
cool. I was
Yeah.
like the DiCaprio meme where he's pointing at the TV,
Yeah.
all excited. Yeah, I know
But
that.
that's where you get your big shoot the hostage
Yes, and then
situation.
they go back to shoot the hostage. He shoot and that looked like a very uncomfortable place to shoot a man
Yeah.
on the inner thigh.
Yeah. He should have shot lower, but
I mean, in the foot, the outer thigh.
I
maybe?
feel like maybe the foot would just not be dramatic enough.
Yeah.
So they had to go up a little bit higher, but he should have went for like the kneecap or something.
And then
Bam.
after wasting the shot on Harry, Hopper just stands there. I mean, shoot him.
Yeah.
Dive for the stick and hope for the.
There were many opportunities to stop the bad guy in this movie.
So
many opportunities.
then, of course, after that, we go to the celebration, the false celebration, all of that stuff. Then we cut to what is it? It'd be supposed to be weeks later or something like that. Where
Yeah.
we see Keanu in the shop in the morning getting his muffin and coffee.
Yep.
And the bus driver pulls up, gets out to go into the shop, and I'm like, "Is this the bus? Have we met the bus?" And so I'm waiting.
Luke got so excited. He's like, bus, like,
Ah!
oh,
Is this the
I've
bus?
never seen a bus before.
Then the thing blows up.
Yeah.
So I was like,
right
no,
off the bat.
Nope, that's
Boom.
That's not the bus.
Yeah.
I think so that we get to the bus and everything has started. Keanu finds out he's got to chase him down. The payphone rings and all of that.
Yeah. And Luke's yelling, "Don't answer the payphone!" And I'm like, why wouldn't you answer the payphone?
Hey, it
If
was
you were-
95. Payphones just ring.
Listen, a bus just blew up. You're standing next to it, and then the closest payphone starts ringing. I'm answering that payphone. I am answering that payphone.
Do you remember randomly payphones would just ring and it's like Mikey
I've
looking for
never-
Ray Ray. It's just
No,
that's-
I've never heard a payphone randomly ring.
I used to give out the payphone number to people. Call me here because I'm going to be at Franco's, at the pizza place I used to hang out at. And the phone rang. Hello?
That's weird.
Yeah.
No.
That's a thing. So I was just like, how the hell does he know it's for him? I mean, the timing is a different story. But
Well.
anyway, we really got hung up on that. I think
Yeah.
we paused it and debated that for a few
Yeah.
minutes. So,
He answers the
he
phone.
answers the phone. All the movie is set in motion now.
Yes.
Basically.
Go
So
find that bus.
he's racing to find the bus. And
2525.
I wrote down, I think I just give up. It's only like 11 people.
Wow.
Like, this seems exhausting already. Like, you guys chase him across town, find the bus,
Yeah, but Keanu Reeves'
I was tired.
character, he is, the hot shot
Yeah.
young cop that, is going to keep pressing his luck. So absolutely, even if it was just the bus driver on that bus, he's going to stop that bus from blowing up because A, he's got to be the hero, and B, this guy can't get money. That's the whole thing. The guy wasn't even asking for that much money. He was asking for like $3 million. Which
Well, in 95.
is it really that much, though? Maybe.
Probably.
That's 20, 30 years ago. So, yeah, I guess. But, he's not asking for $20 million. He's asking for $3.
Yeah, so
Just give him the dang money.
Listen, man, I don't care. Just blow it up. I'm going home. So
And see, that's why you're not a cop.
That's what I wrote it down.
And,
so then he's chasing the damn thing on the highway.
yes.
Which is a great, great scene where he commandeers the guy's car. And then the guy's like, at first the guy's kind of pissed at him. Hey, man, slow down, slow down. And then he's driving like really well. And the dude's like, hey, all right. And then he goes back to like, wait, just slow down.
Yeah.
And then he rips the door off, which is just so much fun. Right before that, I'm like, have the other guy drive and jump over to the bus already.
Nah.
But ripping the door off is a perfect touch.
Yeah, it really was.
It was,
You know.
beautiful. I loved it.
My car. Well, insurance.
Yeah.
You're good.
So, he asked him first.
Yeah, he does.
Are you insured? And
Yeah.
in 95, half the people in the world weren't insured. So
So he's good to go.
wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
So I wrote down, is the bus going to stop so he can get on? Because it hadn't triggered the 50 yet.
Yeah.
When I wrote this. Or is he going to have to actually jump on? Found out that, yeah, he's going to actually have to jump on.
Yep.
So, okay. Then Alan Ruck is in this movie for I can't figure out why.
Okay.
He's Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. He was also in Spin City with Michael J. Fox later on and stuff like that. But he's just annoying.
Yeah.
And he's like hitting on Sandra Bullock.
He's a tourist.
And so I really, because the character's so bad, I thought he was pretending to be a tourist.
Oh, no.
I wrote down, is he pretending to be a tourist to pick up chicks?
No, he really is a tourist.
Just the worst tourist in the world.
Absolutely.
All right.
By the way, let's go back to the bus. The first shot of the bus. Did you notice the billboard on the back of the bus?
Something about needing money.
It says, money isn't everything, right?
And then it says wrong.
And it says, like, yeah, right underneath or something like that. But just considering that this bus is going to blow up unless, you pay $3 million in ransom.
Perfect.
Money isn't everything. I thought it was a nice touch. I wanted to give the director, whoever decided to do that, a little shout out. Because I noticed that. I've never noticed that before. And I saw that and I was like, that's good. Nice.
Yeah, that was cool. I did notice that. Didn't write it down, but I did notice that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I did write down, does he really need to ruin the car? Because I think he could have jumped over the door.
Probably, but
it was still a nice touch. I liked it. Okay, I didn't know that the driver gets shot, but honestly, of course he does.
Can we talk about the fact that you out loud went, awesome, right after he got shot?
Well, because it was like, okay, we got a bus driver and all that. Like, okay, I get it. It's speed, can't slow down. That's cool. But then the driver gets shot, and that adds such a nice little wrinkle.
But Sandra Bullock's got to be the one driving the bus. Did you not know that?
Apparently not.
Oh, that's like the
It's probably
thing.
on the freaking video cover.
Probably.
Right? It's probably the poster of the movie.
She's driving the bus.
So, yeah. So, the driver gets shot. Okay. But, honestly, of course the driver gets shot.
Yeah.
So then, probably the funniest part of the movie when she blasts into that baby carriage and it's full of cans. And they make I was like, what the hell is how is this not a baby? Because I knew it couldn't be a baby.
Right, because nobody's going to do that in a movie. Like, you would just get boycotted.
So she's driving the bus just out of control, and this lady starts crossing the road with, the old style baby buggy, too. I love that it's 1995, and it's, the baby buggy from the 40s.
Yeah.
So
makes more sense that it was filled with cans.
The bus just wipes out this thing, and it's filled with cans. And Sandra Bullock, who's driving, thinks she just killed people.
Yes.
And is losing her mind. And in the meantime, Keanu's laughing so hard he can't get out the fact that it's just cans.
Yeah.
That was great.
I mean, there are a couple of intense moments between that when they are driving through the city and the kids start crossing the road. And again, we're at the point where you can't slow down. So she's just freaking out and trying to avoid killing anyone, basically. That's a very...
That was after they got off the freeway and she just wiped out 92 cars in a row.
Well, in her defense, she asked...
Yeah.
Stay on, get off.
And
Stay
he
on,
told her.
get off. And he said, get off.
I don't know what I would... I think I would have tried to stay on.
So I'm pretty sure in that moment... That's where all my anxiety comes from. I must have watched this movie multiple times growing up. And this is the reason why I can't make decisions.
That's fantastic.
Because, again, there's the slowdown on the highway. And Sandra is yelling, do you want me to stay on? Get off. Stay on, get off. And you can see the delay in Keanu Reeves where it's just like, get off, I guess. Why are you asking me? You're the one driving the bus.
Yeah, what do you think?
Yes.
You're the driver.
So, and then she gets off, and it's like, here's 800 cars that you're going to sideswipe. Now you're in the freaking city.
Oh, man.
You want to stay going 50 in a bus.
Then she has to jump
city.
to the opposite lane, oncoming traffic.
Yes.
She's hollering, get out of my way, as if people can hear, just like everybody does in your own car.
Yeah, of course.
And then manages to get back to the other side. That is a great, as much time as they spend on the bus, they don't subject you to too much crazy driving scenes, which I thought was pretty cool overall. So after a ton of smashing into junk and driving through cities and blowing up baby buggies full of empty soda cans, they make it to the freeway, right? Mm-hmm. And before they get on the freeway, they have to run everybody to the other side of the bus so they can make the super sharp turn.
Yes,
which is awesome.
They basically have to make this complete right turn, but again, you can't slow down.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to take the sharpest turn you ever have, going at least 50. good luck to
And
ya.
she's like,
you're in a bus.
aren't we going to tip over? And he thinks about it for a second. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are. Okay, everybody get to this side of the bus.
Oh, fantastic. So, yeah, they do that. They get onto the freeway, and then they start working on unloading the driver. That's where I jump to the next note I have. And I said, man, Dennis Hopper is great because the conversation that him and Keanu have where Keanu talks him into letting him unload the driver and all of this stuff. Like,
yes.
Dennis Hopper is so good in that. And, I mean, he plays that character so well. That scene is just awesome. It's a fantastic scene. I wrote that down. Had to do that. All right, so they get the driver off. That's around the time, I think, when Keanu points to the one dude and just calls him Gigantor.
Yes.
And I laughed so hard. That might be the funniest part of the movie. Okay. I don't even know. The two contend, I think.
Yeah.
So
it is definitely an interesting thing to see.
So
you know, especially coming from Keanu Reeves.
They radio up ahead, hey, we've got a 50-foot gap of the highway, of the freeway that's out. And all I was thinking was just like a section that wasn't paved, not an elevated section of the road. But of course it is.
Yeah.
So
you didn't even know that going in there. The big jump.
The big bus
that's
jump.
like, that's where all the big jumps ever came from. You
Oh,
know,
yeah?
like this is the bus goes off the cliff but goes up.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
like this is the
fantastically.
scene.
He says, sometimes there's an incline at the end of those things.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
because you would know.
Yep.
So, just gun it around the curve, too. That bugged me, but whatever. So they're cranking on it, and they hit the thing, and thankfully it was a down gap. Apparently it was an off-ramp or something.
Who knows?
They went straight up and right back down.
They were fine.
But thankfully, yes, the bus
survived.
Its major error. They jumped the gap. It was fantastic. After that...
It still was a good scene.
After that, I wrote, they're all going to die.
Can you imagine getting this far?
I wrote that before they jumped the gap. I was like, they're all going to die.
Yeah.
And then they jumped the gap. I wrote, F yes.
That's right.
Because they made it.
Yeah.
So now the airport.
Suspense, yeah.
Now the airport. Now, at first, I thought the airport was a bad idea.
I did too.
Because of Grand Theft Auto. If you've ever played
That
Grand
is
Theft Auto.
not why I was thinking that, but go on.
If you ever played Grand Theft Auto, as soon as you break into the airport and start cruising around, first of all, you get tailed by security. But it's always near water where if you aren't paying attention to where you're going, you can just fly off the edge into the ocean.
Yeah.
So I'm like, they might just run out of room
Yeah.
if they don't find him a good circle to make. But again, he's the police, so he has a little bit of powers. And this is well
Yes.
before 9/11 too, so a little bit less security chasing him around before they get everybody radioed in on what's going on, So that's a little bit easier to accomplish. But it was a great idea. Get to the airport and just drive in circles now.
Yes.
And they were able to keep the helicopters away, somehow the news choppers and all that from broadcasting to Dennis Hopper so he couldn't see what was going on.
Dennis is watching all of this stuff on the news, and he's paying attention to what's going on. He's keeping an eye on everybody.
Yeah. So the next thing I wrote down was like, all right, now he's under the bus. So
he went
gets
under the bus?
He gets off the bus to go talk to everybody. And I love how at this point they're just casually disembarking.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he's fine. We'll just go over here. And then he comes back on the stupid cart.
Yes.
Underneath.
Because he's going to try to disarm the bomb.
Yes.
He's got to
of
go
course.
take a look at it. There's a reason.
I also wrote the reason down.
Okay. I didn't trust you there.
Now he's under the bus. So he's working on, disarming the bomb. He's got Harry on the phone. And all of a sudden, they're going to raid the bad guy's house. They found him. We're going to go get the bad guy. Done. Easy peasy.
Yep.
The second they walked into that house, I wrote, bye-bye, Harry.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yep.
Yeah,
Bye.
so that was pretty good. That in the foreshadowing at the bar when Harry says to him, I'm always going to be around to help you save the day and all that stuff. It's like,
your luck
that
is
guy's
going to
gonna
run
die.
out. Yeah.
I knew that character was going to die. So the house blows up. Bye-bye, Harry.
Yeah.
And back to the bus. And as they're growing in despair, what are we going to do? Harry's gone. He's all kinds of mad, losing his stuff. Then he starts, I can't remember, but he found the camera.
Yeah.
And that's when, what?
You forgot to mention what happened when he was under the bus. What?
Oh, all the stuff?
I mean, we don't have to mention how he, like, almost died and, like, lost his card and all of that kind of stuff. But he poked a hole in the gas tank.
Oh, yeah. So they're losing fuel now, too, of course.
Yes. Yes.
I at some point, figured fuel was going to come into this because it just has to.
Absolutely.
And so,
it's dropping fast.
They couldn't think of any other way for them to lose fuel than to send him under the bus to destroy the gas tank.
Yeah, that's right. Because he tried to, the cart slipped out from under him or whatever, and so he grabbed his knife, screwdriver, pliers, whatever he had in his hand, and stabbed it into the gas tank.
As a handhold.
Yeah, and just lost gas everywhere.
So then they managed to pluck him back up into the bus from the access panels above, thanks to Gigantor and the help of
he's been great.
the rest of the good bus citizens. The camaraderie there. It's a buddy movie.
You need that, those tense life or death situations. You become best friends with everybody on that bus.
That's right.
Just wait till the end.
We get to the point where he discovers the camera watching, the driver and everybody.
Yeah.
And that's when I wrote down, I remembered that I know how they fool him. Mm-hmm. So going in, I was like, I think I know something about the ending of this, but I couldn't remember. So I was like, okay, don't remember, going like that. So we got to, but it's cool because it was right before it happened.
Yeah.
It's not like I had known this, for a while. So for a while I was like, how the hell are they going to get out of this? And then as he discovered it, I remembered because that's the thing now. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. So that's how I knew they were going to loop the film and all of that. It's cool how they did it back in the 90s with the news truck, the broadcast truck, and they hit the UHF channel or whatever it was and captured it, fed it back to them.
Yeah.
It was pretty awesome. I actually drive one of those vans right now with all that equipment in it. We don't use it.
No.
Which is a bummer. So I said, I'm glad it didn't end there because if like that was it, okay, now we're done and we'll go capture Dennis Hopper and I would have been bummed.
Yeah.
But there was like so much more that I didn't even realize happened in the thing, which was fantastic. So everything blows up, which is pretty good. This is kind of where my notes ran out because I just watched the end.
Yeah, which usually happens when I do these reviews as well. Like I usually have to go back the next day and remember what happened at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Because the last 20 minutes of a movie, you get so involved. That's why it's hard to keep the notes at the end. It's hard to keep the notes going through, but it's hard at the end. So everybody, the camera's looping everything, so
Yeah, so they use that to get everybody off the bus as fast as they can, and then what happens where the transport has to break away because then it leaves Keanu and Sandra on the bus by themselves.
Oh, that's right.
Tire blow, something like that.
So the tire blew, but they also have to keep the bus going. So they were in the middle of pushing the thing down on the pedal.
He had the steering wheel tied, and they had the pipe down on the pedal.
Yeah, so then they could escape out of it.
Yes. So then they slid out through the access, panel in the floor.
Yeah.
Out between the two tires, which is just insanity at its best, but
they would have got squished.
Then, the runaway bus with the bomb on it and all that crashes into a cargo plane.
Yes.
I had to reiterate that to Naomi. She got all mad. They were blowing up people. I said, it's a cargo plane. There's nobody in that.
But there was probably a pilot in there,
I don't think there was a guy that was towing it. That's what that guy got out and ran away after it blew up.
Sure. Yeah, that's what it was.
10 minutes after it blew up, too, which was just awesome timing.
Yeah.
So then from there, they, for some reason, get in an ambulance and go chase down the bad guy.
Yes. No, they're in the ambulance, and Keanu Reeves is basically like, no, stop here. Just wait a second. Yeah. So I can go,
so he can go
save the day.
And, of course, he tells her, stay in the ambulance, and she doesn't because that's what
movies are all about.
Yeah. That's what happens in the movie. So Hopper's dressed as a cop, comes out of his hidey hole where he was watching them for the money drop, grabs her, makes off with her into his bad guy tunnels.
Lair.
Into his underground lair.
Yeah.
They're all freaking out, can't figure out what's going on. Keanu runs over to the garbage can, finds the hole in the ground, drops down, starts chasing him, finds Sandra with the wired vest with the bomb on it, which is like, oh, damn.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
When he captured her, I was like, well, this sucks. And then that. So that was no. I guess short answer, no. I didn't see that coming, which was cool.
Yeah.
Which was cool. I'm really glad of all the stuff I didn't know about this movie and all this. It totally hadn't been ruined for me, which is fantastic.
Good.
So we go from there, to right on the train.
Yep.
And now we get a freaking subway whole chase scene.
Yeah.
Train, subway stuff is always fun. You got to, enjoy that. Hopper kills the driver. Of course, that's an old train trope.
Yeah.
They've been killing the train drivers since the Old West, right?
That's right.
And so then Keanu's, instead of going straight at him through the train doors, you can't do that. You see you coming.
Yeah.
You got to go up.
That's right.
Of course. Well, he's up top, dodges one of the subway lights. Foreshadow right there. I was like, oh, that's going to come into play, I bet you.
Yep.
Somehow,
How did you know?
9,000-year-old Dennis Hopper gets on top of the train and starts beating Keanu Reeves up one-handed.
Yeah. Well, he's got to hold the device in his other hand so he doesn't blow up Sandra Bullock too early.
How he keeps getting the jump on this, the young kid is just crazy to me.
Well, he is a police officer that has, a million years of experience. So he's got all that training.
I guess so.
He knows.
Before Hopper went up on the train, he handcuffs Sandra Bullock to the pole in the, the stand-up handrail pole in the train, and tries giving her the device, the stick, the bomb trigger to hold.
Yeah.
So that he can do something. I don't remember what it was. And as he gives it to her, she becomes so hysterical. He's like, "No, I got to take that back." That was a good one too. I like that.
Yeah.
So they're fighting up on top of the train now, and another one of them subway lights is on its way. And an excellent beheading scene.
Oh, it's gross.
There's a handful of good ones over the years in the movies. This one, pretty solid, because it isn't gross.
The idea
It's
behind
creepy
it and then the head being gone is gross.
The way that it's like...
It's not gross because it's not like bloody and gory.
It's
but
blunt and not gross. You know what I mean?
Blunt makes it gross.
It's like like there wasn't Game of Thrones sound effects with it, which made it easier to handle. So excellent way to kill a bad guy, though. Really, really fantastic. And then we go from the bus that couldn't slow down to the train that wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
And, he can't stop the train because it's broken.
Yeah.
That's how trains work. They get broken.
Yeah, makes complete sense. Makes complete sense that they have to speed up the train,
Why not go faster?
That's right.
What the hell?
We have to go faster. Why?
That's how trains work.
Yeah.
Don't you know? Yeah. So then, of course, they end up on the surface. Another way that trains work.
Yeah.
And
subway
on its side in 1995, all the people that show up with cameras and camcorders.
Yes.
Was disturbing.
Well, it's LA.
It was crazy.
And they're like crash by a studio area,
Yeah, it's a touristy area where they do crash. But
so makes sense.
Nowadays you think of everybody's got a camera. Like in this scene, everybody had a camera and they're creeping in on them when they're like making out after a disaster.
Well, that's what you do. Like I mentioned earlier, those tight quarters, life and death,
that's
you get really close.
Hard times breed strange bedfellows.
Yes.
Or some junk like that.
Exactly.
I don't know. I just say words.
Yeah.
So I think that that wraps it up, right? They don't get married or anything.
No. They're just going to sleep together and
see what happens.
Be done. Yeah.
Open relationship. And that, my friends, is my review of The Bus That Couldn't Slow Down.
That's right.
That's what they call it in The Simpsons. That's where I know all my speed references from. Right from The Simpsons.
That's right.
So let's see. Let me give you a couple of quick checks of the notes here. It is a great 90s throwback. And I got to give Naomi my phone now.
Because I get to ask the questions now.
I'm looking forward to these.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Well, to start off, like you always start, for me, did you like it?
I did. I like Speed.
Good.
I like Speed. I get to say that.
It was a good movie.
Now I get to be like, you haven't seen Speed? Speed's awesome. That's what I get to do that now.
Yeah, you absolutely
I gotta
do.
find some other ass that doesn't know the movie like me.
I think you were the last one, to be
honest. I
honest.
probably was. I gotta say.
So what did you know about it going into the movie?
I knew it was the bus that couldn't slow down.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock, Dennis Hopper.
Okay.
I knew bad guy hijacks the bus, wires it, makes Keanu Reeves figure it out.
Okay. Thoughts going in?
I actually wrote this down. Hand me the phone back.
No, you have to remember what your thoughts were going in. You can't pass the phone back and forth.
Just like covering the phone up like I'm going to cheat off.
I know, like it was a test.
So I had talked to Filthy Kyle beforehand.
Yes.
And he says it's a great movie. So I was optimistic going in because we have similar taste. My one thought was I just hope it's fun, and it was, and that's where I wrote down. I can't remember if I know the ending, so I hope I don't remember.
Okay. And you were able to forget it for the most part.
That's right.
And I mean, technically, you didn't know the ending. You just knew a piece of it.
I knew, yeah, I knew how they fooled them so they could get off the bus. But I, again, didn't realize it until the last minute, so that was cool.
And you didn't know about the train, and you didn't know about the elevator first,
Right.
and all of the other stuff. So what surprised you?
What surprised me? How good Hopper was as the bad guy. Dennis Hopper is fantastic in that. Found out later that set up Waterworld for him because he's the bad guy in Waterworld, so that got him that huge movie. What else surprised me?
Apparently Sandra Bullock driving the bus.
Yeah, Sandra Bullock driving the bus was.
Because you didn't realize the bus driver gets shot.
Yeah, the driver getting shot.
I can't believe you didn't know that.
I just thought she was, the hysterical woman on the bus that helped him figure out how to stop it.
Okay.
Something like that.
Sure, it makes sense.
So yeah, that surprised me. And let's see, Jeff Daniels. I didn't know he was in it, so that surprised me. And him playing a cop and being named Harry. It was just good surprises. But,
Good surprises,
that surprised
yeah.
me. Yeah.
Okay. So would you have liked it more or less if
Hella
you saw
more.
it when you were younger? Okay, so
All of more.
I was gonna say when it came out.
Well, it doesn't matter how old I was.
Okay.
7, 19, 15, 12, 25.
You'd like it more than what you just saw?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it would have been when it came out and not now I'm watching a movie from the 90s.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
You know what I mean?
All right.
So, like, yeah, high end. That jump. Oh, if I was 12, oh my God.
It would have been the coolest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe, I think I was 12 in 95. So,
All right. So, favorite part of the movie?
oof. That's a tough one. The looping scene, honestly,
Okay.
I like that a lot.
Not the cans.
That's got to be the funniest part. Gigantor is really funny, but the cans has got to be the funniest part.
Yeah.
Probably, I don't know if it's my favorite, but I like the looping scene. That's pretty good. The conversations between Reeves and Hopper on the phone.
Okay.
Those are pretty solid scenes as well.
Yeah.
And the jump.
Of course.
Of course, the jump.
Least favorite part?
Least favorite part. What did I say that I bumped into a little bit was just Jeff Daniels as the cop. Well, you're looking at me as if you're expecting something.
No.
No?
No, I'm not expecting anything.
Okay.
No.
Maybe also the jump. My favorite and least favorite part.
Is the jump.
Yes, but if I was 12, it would have been awesome. Watching it now is like, okay, but it's
Yeah.
still awesome.
Of course, it's still awesome. It's the jump.
The jump.
Yeah,
The bus
it is
jump.
the bus jump. Now, would you recommend this to somebody
Oh,
who
yeah.
hasn't seen it?
Yeah, 100%.
Would you watch it again?
Yes,
Would you stop if it's on TV?
absolutely.
And are you happy you watched it?
Very, very much.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite part. Honestly, is I'm stoked. I really am. This sucks because I can't do any more of these because there's not going to be one that I'm going to like as much as Speed. I don't think.
Maybe not, but there's a couple more movies that I want to make you watch. So I figure we'll sprinkle in Luke's Under a Rock review here and there for some of those, because there's a few that there's one that comes to mind that I know that 90% of people have seen and you have not.
You don't want to ruin that. 'Cause I know
No,
what
no,
you're talking
absolutely
about.
not.
Okay,
No.
okay, we're saving. We may have mentioned it before. So
I'm pretty sure we have mentioned it
if
before.
you know what we're talking about, you're lucky.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, well, you've got like 55 episodes that you can go through and figure out.
That's
you
right.
know? The hint is there.
Nailed
it really is.
Nailed
Yeah.
it. That's how you do that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Luke's Under a Rock review coming again. I don't know.
We
couple
don't know
weeks,
when. So
couple
that
months.
that was a lot of fun. cool to give you a week off without actually taking a week off too. I'm sure.
I'm not gonna lie, that was part of my reasoning behind it.
I thought so.
Yesterday, I was like, I don't want to take notes today, and then we started talking about it, and I was like, oh, why don't we do this? And it was honestly to be on the reverse side of this, to be the person watching you watch the movie for the first time was really exciting, especially when you would pause it and I'd be like guessing what notes you were taking. Because I'm like, oh, did he notice that? Oh, did he see that? Is he going to mention that? You know? And then like where you would like laugh out loud, or again, when you yelled, awesome, you know, where it's just like these moments and I'm like, all right, this is cool. So both sides have a good point to them.
It was, yeah. I again, it's nice to see how the other half lives every now and then,
Yes.
right? Maybe the next time we do this is Boxing Day. We'll do it the week after, or the week of Christmas. Like, you know, that whole thing where the lords and the masters, or the masters and the servants would switch roles for a day. That's like a British thing, right? Brian, educate us on that.
Okay. All right.
I know about it from MASH. And I think Saved by the Bell. So maybe we do that again around that or something like that.
Sounds good.
Just to flip the role. But really, it was cool to see, you know, how you live every week and all the time.
All the time.
Not knowing stuff. Oh my God, they shot the driver.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. That was a lot of fun.
All right. We'll see what happens next week. I'll take over watching a movie, but we'll see what movie
we'll figure it out. We've still got our list.
That's right. All right, it's time for Thought of the Day.
Thought of the day, thought of the day. It's your thought of the day, thought of the day.
No, that role is never going to be reversed. I am never singing
you got to
that.
sing on Boxing Day.
No. All right, your thought of the day.
You got to do the dad jokes, too.
Yeah, that ain't happening. Those who can't take advice need it the most.
Wow, that hurts.
Yeah.
That one's hurtful. It's painful, at least.
Well, we get a couple of those. Luke, you gonna leave us with a laugh?
I am going to do my best. My wife said the salads I make tend to be a bit on the dry side. It's definitely something that needs addressing.
That's stupid.
If a man speaks in the forest and his wife isn't there to hear him, is he still wrong?
Yes. Yes, he is.
What do you call a woman who's really good at darts?
I don't know.
Amy.
That's so stupid. I like how you, this
I did
is
the aiming motion.
Yeah. Luke did the aiming motion, even had like one eye closed, like, I'm throwing a dart right now.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because it took me a second to get it when I read it.
That's even better. Sometimes we do. Like, I wish we had a camera in here.
Oh, that
that
will be our I'll tell you what. Mentioned earlier in the episode, nobody's just jumping into the middle, but if you fast forwarded,
I don't want to hear this crap. I want to get to the review and the dad jokes.
We get a couple hundred more subscribers on YouTube, and we'll be able to do the whole live thing with the camera
that's
and
right.
all that. So if you really want to see our ridiculousness,
I'm here for that, though. I'm
That'd
here
be a lot of
for
fun.
being live the whole time. Because, I mean, we don't edit these anymore. I mean, you edit in the sound.
That's it.
Everybody knows that doesn't happen.
That's a secret.
Everybody knows that is edited in. But besides, you'd have to figure out how to get that sound out there. So
That's all to come.
right.
A couple hundred more subscribers, and then we'll fall back behind. YouTube, please check it out if you haven't. We could definitely use the subscriptions for sure. Plus, you do that, you can sign up for the alerts, get an alert every time we put the new episode up, and
Sips
of
and
course,
snacks.
Sips and Snacks. Right now, Cheetos is up there. Blue Doritos coming
up next.
Friday. I believe it's the 25th. That'll be the next episode. But if you subscribe,
You'll know.
you'll get the alert as soon as that goes up there.
Yep.
Name a figure from history most likely to have secretly been an alien. Looking forward to those answers.
Yes.
And just looking forward to episode 57. 57.
Getting up there.
Getting up there. Again, like Naomi said, don't know what movie we're doing, but
Who
it's
knows?
going to be fun.
Yes, it is.
Thanks for sticking around through 56 episodes. We will talk to you next week with episode 57. Until then, have some fun this week and be excellent to each other.
Love you. Bye.